What up? What up? What up? It's your favorite podcast with your favorite podcast host. Talking your favorite podcast message. Talking the favorite podcast stuff. What's happening? It's Freewenow. It's Freewenow. Freewenow. It's Freewenow.
Till it is. 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 It is. It is. Backwards.
What up? What up? We back. It's Freewenow.
Till it is backwards.
Yes, sir. Ski. Look, we back with a great one today. All right. We in Psalms 37.
37.
You know what I mean? And listening to David. David has some words of wisdom for us. So we're going to tap in and see what he has to say. What you got for the people?
Hey, nothing for the people. Read the Bible, study it, see what you get.
All right. So Psalms 37, right? And my best way of kind of just boiling it down, right, to the meat and potatoes is essentially addressing the question that I've always had myself. Why does it seem like the evil people succeed and then the righteous and godly people struggle?
Yeah, they be out here winning.
Like, low key, like, if before listening to this and even just watching the world, if you will, it always seems like the bad guys win and the good guys finish last. You know what I'm saying? She loves the bad guys. The good guys come in last. The evil people seem like they get the contracts. They become the celebrities, right? They get the rich, lifestyle. Why is that? Why is that? Or is that true? So let's dive into it, man. What'd you get?
All right, so we broke it down in 3 themes as we always do. If you're new here, this is what we always do. All right, so first theme is trust God instead of envying the wicked. Trust God instead of envying the wicked. So verses 4-6. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Let me repeat that one because I really like that one. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass, and he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. So I heard Adam Clark, who was like a biblical scholar, say, to delight yourself in the Lord is to expect all of your happiness from him and to seek all of your happiness in him. Expect all of your happiness from him and seek all of your happiness in him. Now, when you first read, I think this specific verse talking about 4, where it's like, God will give me the desires of my heart, right, you kind of get a little excited.
No, for sure.
You're like, oh, all I got to do is chop it up with God and I'm good. That Ferrari, that house, that crib, the girl that I want, all the parlaying and partying, whatever I want in life, I get if I just develop my relationship with God.
Santa Claus.
You know what I'm saying? But you can turn your relationship with God to almost transactional when you think like that. Sure. It's like, I will only praise and I will only appreciate you as long as you give me the desires of my heart that I had before I got to know you.
Right.
But what's important about this, and which is why I think they follow up with commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass, is so that you understand that God will only give you the desires of your heart as long as the desires of your heart align with the purpose that he has set for your life. So majority of us don't realize the more you read the Bible, the closer you get with God, the more you change.
Right.
Like he said, you think I did all this to stay the same, what Jay-Z said?
You think I worked this hard to stay the same? I'm doing all this for a reason.
So the more you build your relationship with God, the more your heart changes. The more your desires become unlike the ones that you had before. The more things you're willing to accept change, the more places you're willing to go change. Everything about your demeanor, your personality, and I wouldn't say the true testament to you of who you are, because I think that is an important part of who we are, but how you go about that changes. So the things you look for, the things you're willing to say, I can even say now about myself, when I speak about certain things, in the moment, I can feel that voice in my head saying, say that or don't say that, do that or don't do that.
Yeah.
So I can feel the change in my heart automatically happening, right? So all of this is important because it talks about the necessity for an obedience and servitude to God so that what he has planned for your life can now become your heart's desires, and then he will give you every desire of your heart. Don't get that twisted. Don't think I can just want whatever I want and he'll give that to me. If I build that relationship is going to tell you what you really want. And then lastly, I like how he said, he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light. So it's not going to be hidden. Your success, your change, the posture of your heart is not going to be hidden. It's going to be something put on display so that people know, hey, this is not how Keith used to act. This is not how Hassan used to act. He's going to make it something that everybody gets to see, so that when they look at you, as we always say, when they look at you, it got to be God. When they see the change in you,
Right.
it has to be God. There's
Right.
no way Keith or Hassan did that on themselves. It shows, and it even further amplifies the necessity for God in your life, because you can see the change in our own.
Not facts. I had to reread the verse 4. Like when I first read it, I had to like read, because I'm like, when I first read it, I got excited.
I'm telling
And
you,
I
get
was like,
lit.
then I'm like, let me read that again. Then when I read it again, I'm kind of like, I kind of got let down, bro. It's like, take delight in the Lord, and He will give you your desire, your heart's desire. Right? Like, He's going to tell you what your heart should desire. You know what I mean? Not you getting whatever you want, like you said. So when I read it, I'm like, I got a little, you know what I mean? Like, I got
Some things got to change.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was selfish. But when I realized and took a step back, I was like, okay, in reality, I thought I wanted certain things, but I was still frustrated. We live a certain life that we feel like is the best life for us, and then in reality, we're still upset. You still feel, whatever feelings that you're like, oh, I know I could be more in my life. This can't be it for me. And that's when you go with your way. So our reason, for a lot of reasons, was doing this pod is that we've tried everything else. We tried to do it our way. We tried to do the content our way. We tried to do the setup our way. Like, in general, we arrived to where we are because we're like, okay, we're actually happy. When we tried it out one day, I was like, let's just try it out.
Let's just go with God real quick.
Let me just see if actually I'm going to be happy, or actually I'm going to feel better, or actually I'm going to feel more fulfilled. Crazy enough, I did. And so when we did that, over time, we started aligning ourselves exactly how the verse said with what God wanted for us. And it actually worked. That's when I was like, okay, I get it now. My way is not the best way. Right? So the next verse is, right, come before that, right? Verse 1 and 2. Don't worry about the wicked or envy those who do wrong. For like grass, they soon fade away. Like spring flowers, they soon wither. Easy come, easy go. Right? Like, just as quick as, those evil people, the viral content, or the celebrity that made it, or the person that got rich, or you feel like the person that got away from the cops, or they always catch a break, just as quick, they're going to crash down. You know what I mean? Like, as quick as you rise to the top, as quick as you go down, right? For like grass, they soon fade away. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the lifespan of a grass is, but I don't want to be a grass. I've never heard somebody wake up and be like, yeah,
I want to be some grass.
I want to be some grass today. You know what I'm saying? Because they're just not as valuable. Like, you're here today and you're gone tomorrow, right? Like, you don't want that. That's not the type of lifestyle that you want, right? And comparing that to evil people. Right, like, they won't be around long. It's like even the people that peaked in high school. You know what I'm saying? The bully that peaked in high school. Even the female that was. Now that you got a couple that, you know what I'm saying, stood the test of time. You know what I'm saying? But like, let's say if she was thick in middle school, by the time she got to high school, she was probably fat. Keep it 100. Or if she was thick in high school, she probably fat now. Keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? It's the Slim Jones that's now. You know what I'm saying? But like, in reality, again, easy come, easy go, right? Like, if you rise quickly, you're going to fall quickly. The AAU kid, right, that's 12 and under, and he looked like a grown man. Where are they at now? You know what I'm saying? Where's the football player that was, clowning in middle school, start tailing off by high school and college? He ain't there, and he going to the high school at 20 years old at homecoming. Like, bro, go home when he got a backpack on. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be that guy, right? Verse 9, for the wicked will be destroyed, but those who trust in the Lord will possess the land. The wicked will be destroyed, and for those that trust the Lord will possess the land. God is going to give it to you. It's not even about you working hard, or hard work is going to do it, or my efforts are going to do it, or I'm going to show you. It's like, honestly, just align your desires with God, and He's going to give you that land. He's going to take it away from the evil people and give it to you. He's going to take that fame away from the evil people and give it to you. He's going to take whatever that we felt like we were missing out on and we didn't have access to. He's going to take that away and give it to you.
I think that's huge, right? And one thing I want to touch on, right, is how he talked about, it seems like a lot of times wicked people are up and people that are evil are winning, and it can be frustrating. I've seen a lot of people actually justify their lack of belief in God due to the fact that evil people succeed. They'll see evil people and be like, this is the only life I got to live. Why would I not do the same stuff they're doing so that I can live a life like they do? So I can have the money they do, the resources, all these different things. But as Hassan said, it's here today and it's gone tomorrow. And I heard somebody say is that a lot of times we need to start referencing our time in comparison to eternity. So 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years of an evil or wicked person succeeding, yeah, that's great, but you have to compare that towards eternity.
Right.
So yeah, on this earth, they took the shortcuts. They did what's necessary to demean and take from people of, in their minds, lower aptitude or lower worth and all of these things. And they use people. They
Right.
kill people. They disobey God. They separated themselves from Lord. And now they got to stand on that for the rest
They
of
gotta
eternity.
stand on that.
They don't got to stand. They don't got to, you know what I'm saying, be broke or poor, feel like things not working in their life for 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 years. They have to do that forever.
Right.
There is nothing changing or coming for them.
Right.
So understand that. Compare this sometimes to eternity and realize though it may be hard now, you still got forever to go.
Right.
And then our second theme was God sustains the righteous and judges evil. So verses 23 through 26. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholdeth him with his hand. Now I'm going to stop there and I'll read the two verses I have after this. But don't you get a sense of comfort knowing that God orders your steps? He's the one that planned out your life before he got here.
I do
Before
now.
you got here?
I
You know
do
what I
now.
mean?
At first I didn't. Cause I'm like, I want to move, I move.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now understanding that God has a purpose and a plan for all of our lives. He ordered his steps. Now he did say a good man. You know what I'm saying? You do have evil individuals out here, as we touched on. But a good man, he orders his steps. And it also says he delighteth in his way. So God is excited when we do what we're supposed to do. Like, God's just not like, oh, all right, cool. He's cheering us on. He's like, thank you, my son. Thank you, my daughter. Thank you, my child, for doing what I put you here to do, because it's part of my plan.
Right.
I appreciate and I respect and I love the fact that you're doing the right thing.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's just not like he's excited. Like, it's not like he's just looking at us and like, do whatever you want. I don't care. Like, he actually cares and he wants to see us succeed in his way. But also he said, though he fall, because we're not perfect. We always going to take a little side step off the path. But though he fall, he is not utterly cast down.
Right.
One thing I learned is that the strongest people aren't the people that never stumble. They're the people that have an inability to stay down.
Right.
And why you have that inability to stay down, as Hassan has alluded on multiple of our podcasts, is if people went through some of the stuff you went through, they'd be down and out.
They'll be down and out.
They'd never be able to recover. They wouldn't know how to move through life. And you know why you're able to do that? Is because God is holding you up. God himself is holding you up and keeping you from staying down.
Right.
So these times of turmoil, these times of failure, these times of doubt, these times of fear, everything that you're going through in your life, understand that God is going to hold you up. He's not going to allow you to stay there. Though it may seem like forever because it's been a couple of years, it's not. In the grand scheme of things, this is a blink of an eye. The life we live is, as they said, is like a vapor of water. It is honestly meaningless in the grand scheme of things. So don't get so caught up and think, oh, I stumbled off the path. Things are going wrong. God's holding you up. He's going to make sure that you overcome these things because he's here to support you. Why? Because he ordered your steps. He laid out your life before you even came here.
Not facts, bro.
And then lastly, verses 25 and 26. I thought this was interesting though. It says, I have been young and now I'm old, yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging for bread. He is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed. Now, at first, I didn't know how I felt about that, because it's like, I have never seen the righteous forsaken, nor their seed begging for bread. Now, I don't think that's everybody's exact example or life experience. Some of us know plenty of good people whose kids are down bad, who don't have food, who don't have the means to support and help themselves out in life. And this is where I had to understand that some of the things in the Bible are personal views and they're not absolutes. So it may be an example. As David's writing this, he's saying in his life, I've never seen the righteous forsaken. I've never seen a kid beg for bread in his life. But other of us may have different experiences with that. And that's when I lean back onto that same example I gave earlier. You know what I'm saying? Don't have the life cycle that we live without referencing eternity. So you may have it bad now, but you will not have it bad forever.
Not as deep, bro. I think that perspective. Life is about perspective, right? And your perspective on life determines what you experience, right? We can go to the same amusement park and we have totally different perspectives, and I loved it and you hated it, right? Like, so your perspective and how you experience things, I definitely can agree with you on. It determines how you feel like your life is going, right? You mentioned a lot of great things about, your ability to get back up, right? Your things would have taken this person out, right? Like, they would have not been able to get back up, right? And you mentioned how God is holding you up, right? So I think that sometimes we think being righteous is that we won't go through things, right? Being godly is we won't have to experience life like everybody else is experiencing life. The difference is that God will sustain you through that. So when you do get through that, when they're about to count to 10 and you about to be knocked out and you get up at 9, right? When you get in that interview and they ask you how'd you make it, how'd you do it, right? You're going to point up to God, right? So verse 14, Psalms 37, the wicked draw their swords and string their bows to kill the poor and the oppressed, to slaughter those who do right. But their swords will stab their own hearts and their bows will be broken. That lets me see right there, number one, it's not about everything that you see. Earlier we mentioned about how it seems like the evil people are winning, but in reality, we know most evil people that are considered up hate their lives. So everything may be hunky-dory on the appearance, right? It may look like sunshine and rainbows and unicorns from the outside looking in, but I still know rich people that commit suicide, right? Rich people still have, man, I'm depressed, have those feelings of depression, when a poor person would be like, man, if I had money, I'd never be depressed, right? Again, going back to perspective, right? So this verse 14 and 15 lets me know that it's more than just a physical thing. It's a spiritual thing going on, right? So even though it looks like they're killing the poor or they're about to kill the oppressed, right? In reality, you're just stabbing your own heart, right? Like, you are literally killing yourself by trying to go after God's people. And so that gave me reassurance, because I was going to say I'm a modern Christian, but now that I think about it, I guess I'm more like Moses now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, they wanted your head. I want vengeance. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, if somebody do me dirty, I'm not the type that's going to be like, bless you in the name of Jesus. I love you. Oh, my gosh. I ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying? I want vengeance.
But when it's get back,
I need my lick back. You know what I'm saying? But as I read the Bible, I'm realizing that God will be able to get them better than I could ever get them. So me reading this verse is like, chill, you're doing a lot.
You're doing
Chill,
a lot.
you're doing a lot. Like, take a minute, trust in God. Me wanting my lick back makes me, is really from a place of, I don't think that God's going to get it back for me. Because I got to get you back. You cut me off in traffic, I got to get you towed. You take my parking spot, I got to let you know about it. Right? You do me wrong, I got to let you know about it. You lied on me, I got to get, you call me out my name, I got to call you out your name 5 more times. Because in reality, I don't think that if I sit back and chill and not say anything, even if I ain't blessed you, I'm just not going to say anything and let God deal with you, you think that God ain't going to get them back as good as you can. Let's keep it 100. Verse 19, they will be disgraced in hard times, even in famine. Verse 19, they will not be disgraced in hard times, referring to the godly. Even in famine, they will have more than enough. So it's let me know, hard times is going to hit whether you're godly or you're evil. Famines will hit whether you're godly or you're evil. Whether you feel like you're righteous and you go to church, or you feel like you in the strip clubs. Like, everybody's going to go through hard times. You can't escape going through hard times. Right? But the difference is that during those hard times, during those famines, the godly and the righteous will be sustained. You will have more than enough. Not just enough, you will have more than enough. You're going to go through the fire and the furnace, and it's going to look like you haven't been burned. Right? So when things hit and hard times hit, that's when God shows up for his people to let you know, hey, this is the difference. This is why you go with me. This is why you believe in me.
I mean, yeah, you touched on a lot of great things. And I also want y'all to understand how sometimes doing the right thing brings along evil people, because they feel, I wouldn't say attacked, but they feel so inspired to bring you down to their level.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Feel
like, have you ever felt like, I'm doing the right thing, but it's just so much harder. Doing the right thing, everybody's hating on me. Doing the right thing, everybody wants me to stop. Doing the right thing, everybody wants me to quit. But when I was doing the wrong thing, everybody was by my side cheering me on.
We got the crowd.
You know, turn up. Yes. Drink the whole bottle in the middle of the club. But the moment you say you don't drink, it's like, oh, you don't drink, you don't do this, you don't do that. Like,
what happened to you?
Exactly. Why are you acting weird, bro? You a goody two shoes. You ain't really out here. You're not doing this. But just have comfort in that, and that it says it right here that the evil people are going to try to put you down because they can't be like you. They can't do the things that you do. And sometimes it's a reflection on their own life. They don't necessarily even have to be evil people. They could be God's people that just aren't in the right path.
Right.
You know what I mean? So seeing somebody do things that they envision or they want themselves, the only manner they have is to put you down. So I know for myself, there have been times I've been doing the right thing and I get, you know what I'm saying, put down, or I doubt it because of the reactions I get from the people around me.
Facts.
But understand that you have to be steadfast in your decision to abide by God's rules and follow along with him, no matter what comes with that. They persecuted Jesus and he was perfect.
Right.
So you think you getting anything less, you foolish.
Why you got a Jesus be?
All right, and then the last theme is the end of the righteous versus the wicked. In verse 39, but the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord, and he is their strength in the time of trouble, and the Lord shall help them and deliver them, and he shall deliver them from the wicked and save them because they trust him. You cannot save yourself. Only God can, because he is our salvation, but not only our salvation, he is our strength. So God is our salvation. God is the reason we're saved. Stop thinking that you have a part in that. Stop thinking that you're the guy. Stop thinking that you're the woman. Stop thinking because you went out here and gave, thousands of dollars to the homeless, or spending time with the homeless, or doing all these great deeds. Those are amazing. I'm not taking away from that. Stop thinking that's the reason you got saved. You got saved specifically because of God's mercy, because God was like, I rock with my boy. That's why you got saved. It is nothing of your doing. Now, that does not mean you don't do good deeds. That does not mean you don't do any of the things that the Bible says or align yourself with that. But understand that is all a part of the process, and that is not the means to get to where God has for you, right? As well as it says he's our strength. Have you noticed? And I'm telling you right now, there's people that believe in God and don't believe in God. When stuff going wrong, the first thing people say is, God help me. God help me. Jesus. Oh, Jesus, where you at? Jesus, take the wheel. God, get me out of this. It don't matter. I'm telling you right now, I've heard people who claim they don't believe in God do it. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Yo, why is this going so bad? Help me, God. So that shows you in times of turmoil, God is our strength. I think that is why we have a lot of hardships in our life, right? Because we stray from the path and we need another reason, or we need another kick in the butt to realize why we have the ability to get out of these down places in our life, because of God. He shows his strength when we are weak. When we strong and everything's going right, we always act like we don't need God,
right? Because
we can do it ourselves. When we're at the lowest, the first thing we ask for is God's help, because we understand that we are nothing without him, right? And then lastly, it was said, the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked, save them because they trust him. You ever trusted somebody to do something? Like, hey, bro, I need you to pick me up from work at this specific time, and they late. You ever trusted somebody, your mom? Hey, baby, can you take the chicken out the freezer before I get from work? And you get home, chicken's still in the freezer. You ever trusted somebody? Hey, bro, look, you know what I'm saying? I need you to study because I'm not going to study tonight, so I'm going to cheat off you. And then they don't study. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got all these trust in these people and they failing you. But it says God's going to come through specifically because you trust him to.
Right.
He ain't going to fail you because he knows you'd expect him not to. Because he told you he wouldn't fail you. Like, that's comforting, to be honest, because all of us have different experiences that may make us doubt the people around us. But just because the simple fact that we trust God to do something, he's going to come through and do it for us. Now, it does have to align with him, but have comfort in knowing that if you're doing the right thing and you're doing what God's telling you to do, there's no way you can fail.
Facts, bro. That's You take the chicken out the freezer? Yeah, I got you. On the game plan. You hear the garage go up. Oh, no. No, he said, oh, no. What did we say? Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
All right, verse 31. They have made God's law their own, so they will never slip from his path. They have made God's law their own, meaning they have embraced and so engulfed in the word that their knee-jerk reaction is the word of God. Mm-hmm. they are speaking the word so much so that you just talking in a normal language in normal conversations. People think you wrote the Bible. You know it's so good. People think you wrote it. They be like, "Ooh, that sounds good. Where you get that from? The Bible? Where you get that from? Right? You know what's funny? You know how I know a girl really rocking with you when she starts sounding like you. You know what I'm saying? When
taking your lingo,
she start taking your lingo, your slang. You know, she responding to different things, right? She got your same jokes. You like, okay, she rocking with me,
yep.
right? The same thing though with God though. When he starts saying, oh, they know the Bible, they done made the Bible their own.
They rock with me.
They rock with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they done made it so much their own. They sound just like me. You my son. You my son. You know what I'm saying? Like you my junior. You sound just like me, right? So it says, verse 31, they made the law their own. Like when you going through situations in your life, do you sound like God? Do you sound like the Bible? When turmoil hits and the headlines hit and people getting laid off and it's a famine or it's a drought or it's a 2007-8 crisis, right? Do you sound like God? During COVID, did you sound like that during the pandemic? Like, what do you sound like? Have you made the word of God your own? Right? Like, are you ever thinking like, how would God respond to this? People be like, what would Jesus do? In reality, you don't really know what Jesus would have done or said. Because the way you respond, that ain't what he would have done. You know what I'm saying? And then verse 35 and 36, right? I have seen wicked and ruthless people flourishing like a tree in its native soil. But when I look again, they were gone. Though I searched for them, I could not find them. So he's like, yeah, I remember, and again, this is David, King David, in his old age saying, looking back on his life, I've seen people and I look at them at first, I'm like, oh, they balling.
They getting to it.
And then I turn right back around and nowhere to be found. You know what I'm saying? Like all these Ponzi schemes that they had going on at one point, where they at? Where the crypto scammers at? You know what I mean? What are get rich quick schemes? Hey, call this number and we're gonna call this number and I'll give you some holy water and your life will be changed. Where they at? Right? What was the traders and they had the pyramid scheme and Forex. What if now again, the foreign exchange market is a real market. That's not what I'm saying. But there were Forex communities and you can only make money if you bring in two people.
Yep. And go to a higher level.
You with a platinum 1500. I just made the platinum gold, the triple gold level of Forex. I do Forex. I ain't never made a trade before. So much so, they got me. I was in the community. I'm telling people, hey, you want to trade? It's a real market. It's a real thing, Forex. Hey, I need you. Hey, come to this meeting. Hey, where you at? You ain't at the meeting. In reality, I'm like, dang, I'm scamming these people, bro. I fell for it too. But where are they now? Where are they at? They look like they were getting it. They had Bel Air bottles on Instagram. I'm thinking they balling. They had an Airbnb.
Chains, new whips, everything.
Everything. Where the PPP loan people at? So understand that it's here today. And like Drake said on his song, some of these people are here today and going tomorrow. What you got for the people, man?
Hey, just the last thing I wanted to touch on, because I think Hassan brought up an amazing point, right, is talking about how, and I don't know why I just slipped my mind. I was about to go into in-depth explanation and it slipped my mind. So
yeah,
we'll get it next podcast.
And another Drake line, he was like, since he just put his album out, he was like, we'll give it time. We'll see who's still around a decade from now. Mm-hmm. Will you survive decades? Will your message, will your content, will your music, will your artistry, or whatever you do, your business, if you authentic and you godly, it will. Earlier in the conversation, I asked you, why does it seem like the wicked and evil are always winning and the godly people are struggling? I think we arrived to the answer is like, don't envy them, because in reality, it's all a facade.
It's all a facade, fake.
Their success is temporary.
So woozy, it's a wazi, it's a fairy dust.
You know what I'm saying? God's justice is certain, but the evil success is temporary.
That's great. I remember my point too. My point, right? Hassan touched on the fact that you have to make God's word your own. And one thing I wanted to say, just as a, what did they say? An example, you know what I'm saying? This is my testimony. I've become way more confident in talking when I'm able to reference biblical principles with my thought process. So a lot of times I will add biblical principles or sections or stories to not support, I wouldn't say support my claim, but I find them so that I can support that claim, essentially. Right. So if you're like, hey, I'm not confident in speaking, I don't know how to talk and things like that, if you can align yourself with what the Bible says, I promise you right now, you'll speak with a different type of conviction.
For sure. It gives you confidence.
Yeah.
The truth literally sets you free because it gives you confidence. It gives you faith. It's Freewenow.
Till it is backwards.